Hi, Mindy Joan. I wanted to talk today about a watermelon challenge that I'm going to be starting in 2 days. I'm taking the WOW challenge. It's Wonder of Watermelon challenge with Dragon Mama through Facebook. And so one of the first things we've been asked to do is to explain our why we want to do this challenge. And so she asked several questions, and I've written mine down, and I want to share my answers. I'm going to be posting on this channel my journey as I do the watermelon challenge, and then ultimately part of my why is I want to transition from the standard American diet, the S.A.D diet, to raw vegan. But I am overweight, been overweight since COVID, and went through menopause a couple of years ago, and I've just had a really hard time losing the weight that I gained in 2020. It's been 6 years. So it's time to stop fucking around and get serious and make that transition. I've tried to go vegan a couple times in the last decade. It is something I've wanted to do, and I've done several juice cleanses that have, not ever gone more than 12 days. So this will be a 32-day challenge. So definitely the longest one I've ever done before. But my body is in a not a good place. So it needs a really hard reset. Okay, so to the questions. Why am I starting this watermelon challenge? Why did I want to do this? My number one reason is for my health. My body is inflamed. It's been inflamed for years now, but this past year, from July 2025 to now, which is August 2026, I had 3 major injuries that took, months to heal, and really threw me into a place of questioning myself, my life choices, and how I got myself into this mess of unwellness. So I have stomach issues. I have a hiatal hernia. I don't know what it is, but when I eat normal food, the S.A.D American diet food, I usually get really severe stomach pain and cramping and have to be close to a bathroom, which makes going out to eat or eating in social situations just not fun at all. Because if you can't enjoy the food and it causes physical pain, it's like it's not worth it. So a lot has changed for me since that diagnosis. And then so I'm doing this to try and heal that GI tract. And luckily enough, of course, fruit does not cause the pain in my stomach. So the fruit juice, watermelon should be good. I injured my hip. At some point I might talk about that experience in a separate video, but I tore something in either my hip flexor or whatever the tendon is right there that holds your hips together. I tore that. That was a 9-month ordeal, and had a cortisone shot, which made it completely far worse. Definitely humbled me humbled me greatly to not be able to walk. And still at times I like support or a cane because of the hip. Sometimes it just feels like my leg is going to collapse. So, but between physical therapy and the chiropractor and getting massages, it has healed a lot, but it's not where I want it. I don't expect to run again or, do marathons. But I would like to be able to walk around the block and not be scared that I can't make it home. So that's a big factor. My teeth, I've had root canals, and now that I'm older, I'm 57, going to be 58 by the end of the challenge. My teeth that have had root canals are starting to fail, and I've had 2 of them just break eating simple food, and then had to have surgery to dig the rest of the tooth out. It is not fun. And the most recent one was just back in June, so just only, less than 8 weeks ago. I had surgery because after the tooth had been pulled, it was still full of infection. So looking at the x-rays from that experience, we could see that there are other teeth in my mouth that have been inflamed and have infection around them for over a year, because we looked back to when the first tooth broke and saw that these teeth had inflammation at that time. So healing my body from inflammation is a huge motivator. It's probably my number one motivator and reason for doing this challenge right now. Next question was about the motivation. So we're starting August 12th, and it ends September 12th. My birthday is September 11th, and so I will turn 58, and I would love in these next 4 weeks to be down, say, 10 pounds. Even if I could lose 10 pounds, that would be really fantastic. I'm sure my hip would feel better. So the biggest thing I'm hoping to experience from this is weight loss, but I'm not doing it just for that. It's truly about wanting to feel better in my body, and not have it be inflamed. And if that means I get to eat fruit for the rest of my life, I mean, I would consider that lucky. If this works and this is the path that I continue till the end of my days, that would be just fine with me. I wouldn't miss the S.A.D American diet, but I believe like the parasites and the things inside me that create the cravings for the sugar and the salty and the bad foods, like I know that's probably going to be a battle. Like I'm not going into this blindly thinking it's going to be easy. I know I've created a body that's going to crave sugar and going to crave the bad stuff. It's not going to crave meat because I've given up that for a while, but this other stuff, yeah. But it's not me. It's the things that are living inside me right now, but need to come out. And I'm hoping that this will be a good first step into making that change. So I'm not going to wear makeup while I'm doing this challenge. And you can see I've got some rosacea that I've been dealing with from stress this month. I had some stress, and it's only a third of the way through the month. And this happens when I have to seek my daughter. It's calling for me. So I'm also hoping to heal that. And I do know things get worse sometimes before they get better. So that could increase. We'll see. The other thing that Dragon Mama said that really stuck with me, that that I want to change from this experience, is the ritualization of how we eat, the ritualization of food. I want to just be able to eat when I'm hungry. I cooked for a lot of people for a lot of years, a lot of decades. Been married for 38 years. I had 8 children, helping to raise 2 grandchildren. So I still have 4 kids in my household, my youngest 2 and 2 grandkids that I'm taking care of when they're here, and still cooking and cleaning for. And I really never sat and thought about how it was just ingrained in me from my parents, my mother especially, how important, like, food was her identity. How she cooked for the family was a big deal, and she expected compliments for her, spending all that time in the kitchen, cooking, cleaning, setting the table, making it look a certain way, and then of course serving it. And that tradition doesn't resonate with me anymore. It's a ritual I'm happy to get rid of and change. So let's see. Doing this for myself. One thing, as a mother of a large family, you cannot give what you do not have. When my cup is empty, and as a mother, we're still expected to pour. If we have nothing left to give, we're still expected to keep on going. And I see this as a means of filling up my cup again. So it's 100% for myself. My family isn't entirely on board, but come what may, it's what's happening. I'm doing this for myself. I'm at the point where I don't have a choice. If I want a quality of life, if I want to keep being active, if I want my body to move, this is not negotiable. And the last thing that I kind of wanted to share, the last question was, how will you honor your future self? And I'm honoring my future self by starting this right now. Should have started this yesterday. But I've bought my watermelon. I haven't cut it up yet. But my kids also start school the same day as I start this challenge. I'm looking at it as like a reset for this next school year. Doing things differently, wiping the slate clean. That's a big theme about this year. So I'll just end this video with this part that is, I'm a Michael Jackson fan. Grew up in the 80s, junior high, high school in the 80s girl. Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror. That's how I'm looking at this, is the only person I can change. The only person that I have any control over is myself. And if I want to see changes in the world, this is where I got to start. And I have a shamanic 12-step group, Soulful Sobriety, that I just love to meet with. And that is the one thing that is sobriety really emphasizes, is that you only have control over one person. That's yourself. And if you want to make a change, look in the mirror, start there. And that's what I'm doing. It's my video to share honestly where I'm at. I have dug myself into a pretty good hole, health-wise. I am not in a great place, but you have to start where you're at. This is where I'm at. This is kind of my accountability video that I'm going to post in my Facebook group. when I get brave. I might post it on my own wall, because eventually I will be posting things there to share my journey. That's what this channel is going to be for. Originally, it was for my artwork, which I have showcased and still kind of well in little shorts, but longer videos, I'm going to be talking about my journey and how it all unfolds, the good, the bad, the ugly, it's the beautiful. It's all going to be shared. So I'm going to end it there and say thank you, and until next time.